Hi guys, and welcome to my diary. We have a lot of running catching up to do, so let's get started. So it's always pretty easy to tell when it's winter time because I'm always in my big furry jackets and things. I just really do not do well in the cold. But anyways, let's talk a little bit about the two oceans. Firstly, how cool is the medal? I think the medal is absolutely beautiful, probably the prettiest medal I've ever got. Comrades ones are like so small. You work so hard and you get this tiny little medal, but that medal is worth the world. But anyways, so two oceans, a little disappointing. In terms of, they had to change the routes firstly. I was like, you've got to be kidding. They were protesting, so the route was completely different to how it normally is. So we didn't go over Chapman's Peak, which is like the most beautiful scenery in the entire world. So we never got to see that. So that was actually really disappointing. Luckily we drove the route. So I at least seen what it was going to be like. It was still a beautiful run and everything, but it just wasn't what it was supposed to be. So now I'm gonna have to go back and do it again. Our Airbnb was an absolute disaster. It was nothing like we were expecting, and it wasn't very nice at all. It is at least in a good location, so that was nice. And it was so nice to spend some time with my brother. He took us around Cape Town and we did some fun things, and it was really nice to spend some time with my boys. And then I got sick the day before the race. Honestly, I didn't know if I was actually going to be able to do the race. The day before, I was like, if I had to race today, I don't think I could. I went for a walk, and while I was walking, I was like, no, I need to turn around and go home. I can't walk anymore. So, I don't know, I pushed through, and somehow I managed to finish and things, but not in the time I wanted. But it was still an awesome day and an awesome experience, and Dad did so well. He finished, and I was so proud of him, and he wasn't even that tired afterwards. So, all in all, it was a good experience. One we'll have to do again so we can actually do the real route. And it rained on the race, and I was like, you know me and the rain. I was like, oh really? Does it have to rain now? But yeah, it feels like it was years ago, this race. But in terms of running, I guess it kind of was years ago. There's been a few marathons since then. So yeah, but Two Oceans is a race I will do again. I don't know if it'll be next year, but it was fun, and it's always nice to get out, and like I said, I just love spending time with my boys. So a week after Oceans, I did the Benoni Marathon. Like, it was a nice marathon to do. The weather was good, and it's actually a really nice marathon. It's a marathon I really enjoy. It's a bit monotonous and things because you pass the start line a few times and things like that, but I enjoy it. It's relatively flat. I took it relatively easily. But can I tell you a funny story? I got hit with a golf ball. Yes, I know. I mean, like, how does that happen? But you run past the golf course, and over the wall came a ball. It bounced and hit me in the stomach. I was like, oh, okay. So now I can tick that off the bucket list. I've been hit by a golf ball, so that doesn't need to happen to me again. I was kind of disappointed I didn't race because it wasn't the strongest of races, so I could have done quite well. But I'm following a plan. I'm trying to stick to the plan, so hopefully it all pays off in the long run. Okay, so I am the proudest daughter in the world right now. My dad just ran a marathon 4:05. I am so proud. I was shocked. I was like sitting there waiting, you know, because I wait for him after the races, and I thought, you know, I'll go see if I can find him at about 4:20 and things. And I'm chatting to this lady just sitting on the side of the road, and the next thing my pops comes past. I was like, go Dad, woo! I am like floored. And you know, do you have any idea how fast a 4:05 marathon is? It is like insane. I mean, if I'm not careful, I swear my dad's gonna start beating me. Yeah, so Popsies, I'm so proud of you. Well done, and well deserved. You know, he's been training so hard and working so hard, so I'm so glad it's paying off. It was the last marathon we're gonna run before Comrades. It's pretty much the last marathon. It's the last qualifying marathon. So now he's better. He's bettered his seeding as well. So I'm just so excited for him. I can't tell you how proud I am. I'm just, you know, I'm on cloud 9. So after all these tough runs, it was a tough weekend, a tough training weekend, because there are no more marathons or anything like that to run. But we did what we call the cruncher. Oh my goodness. If this was a real marathon, it would be like the hardest marathon ever. We run like every hill in Pretoria, no jokes. All these tough hills that I try and avoid like the plague, we go and we do in a 42 kilometer. Oh my goodness. And it started at 5 a.m. so I was like, oh, I'm gonna die, it's so early. And it was so tough. And then I took a dive as well. yeah, I was kind of watching this car and I didn't know what this car was doing, and I wasn't watching where I was putting my feet, and I had a can of Monster in my hand. I know who runs the Monster in their hand. But I was just finishing off, I was a few Ks short, so I was like, oh no, I just need to go get these like extra 2Ks in, and I was running and I fell and I like ripped open my top, and I'm like all so badly bruised down the one side. But thankfully I had my long sleeve top on and my long pants, so I didn't break open too much skin, only a little bit on my knee and my elbow. But yeah, so that was quite a rough one. I think this was the last weekend of like really tough training, and hopefully it's gonna all work out for Comrades, because I mean that's what the goal is at the end of the day. Yeah, so I'm fingers crossed it works out for Comrades, and yeah, hopefully a little bit of easier times are coming my way, and then after Comrades, yeah, I don't know, maybe 100 or 200 milers. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, I'm just happy that training is going well and I've put the hard work in, so we shall see. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week.